Hey, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donovan Sadiq. I'm the Inland Empire Informer, and I am here to inform you things that are going on within the Inland Empire. And specifically today, I'm going to be talking about things that are going on in the city of Moreno Valley. Hope you guys are doing fine out there with the coronavirus stay-at-home orders. I live in the part of Edgemont of Moreno Valley, and nothing seems to change here. I've got a neighbor that has doing a bounce house party over here. I've got a big old siesta going on over here, and people are just living their lives, and they have every right to do so because these stay-at-home orders are not lawful. But what I want to talk about is we are coming up to election season. District 1 is up for election in the city of Moreno Valley, and we have a candidate that is running, and her name is Dolores Jempson, Dolores LaDonna Jempson. As you guys know, Miss Jempson is a former council member. I ran against her in 2006, I believe, and unfortunately it was for a 2-year stint, and we were successful, well, they were successful in recalling Victoria Baca, and we ran in the recall election, and Dolores won the seat, sat on it for 2 years, and ran for re-election. But within those 2 years, it was found out that there were some things that were in LaDonna's background that didn't sit well with the electorate at the time. So here we are in 2020, and let me back up a little bit. At the time, Victoria Baca came back on the narrative of, I wasn't the criminal, you were the criminal, and again, when you have a Hispanic name, people vote for their own, and that's just how it is. And so she was not successful in her re-election bid, and we have been dealing with 4 years of Victoria Baca. So let's talk a bit about LaDonna. I'm going to just urge everybody to really do your homework on all of the candidates. I hope another candidate rises. But if LaDonna is the only option that we have against Victoria Baca, you got to make a decision somewhere, because local elections matter. That is what affects you directly. So that's all I'm going to say about it. So let me just give you a little bit. I've reached out to LaDonna. LaDonna and I have a lot of history together. We did a lot of great things together. Unfortunately, hubris. Once there's something about gaining power, and people gain that power. As you see what's going on with Victoria Baca, they turn into something different, and they think that they are better and know better than you do, and they're supposed to be the servant. We're the masters, they're the servants. But somehow in everybody's mind, we've got it backwards, and we think that we're the servants and they're the masters, and there's something wrong with that. But I would strongly recommend you guys to look at LaDonna's background. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what I know, but look at her voting record. There's a lot of things that you might look at that might say, well, what makes her different than Victoria Baca other than their names? Look at their voting records. LaDonna has been on record and has said that, well, I voted because it was already approved and whatever. No, you should vote what your constituents want you to do. We are the masters. You are the servant. But do your own research on that. But let me tell you a little bit about LaDonna, especially for a lot of people who have moved here and were not here during the WLC wars. I reached out to LaDonna because I guess a lot of people were worried about my input in her situation, and I will be monitoring that situation, so do not think that I'm not. I'm gearing up, as you guys know, and this is why I'm talking about LaDonna Jempson right now. And another person that we need to get behind, before I forget, is Deja Smith, who's running for the 41st District. And I'm going to tell you, I know Deja personally. Had a lot of great candidates, but Mark Takano, he has become what he said he wouldn't become. Any change is better than what we have right now. And right now, it's a runoff election. So it's Deja Smith versus Mark Takano. If I were you, I'd go ahead and what do you, like my man Trump, what do we got to lose? What do we got to lose? Inject them with the Lysol. Why not? Does that work? I was being sarcastic, okay? So anyway, we have nothing to lose, and let's just try something different. I mean, Mark Takano, he only comes around every 2 years, supports veterans, and he talks about issues, but you don't really, he's basically under the Democratic umbrella, and so is LaDonna Jempson. So that's something you guys really, really need to think about. But let's get behind her. And also a up-and-coming candidate and somebody who did very well in the primaries, Dr. Grace Williams. I'm telling you, she garnered about, I think it was 20% of the vote in the district, the 41st district. Wow, for somebody who's coming out of the box, that is amazing. So I am going to do a follow-up with her and, bring her on the show. And, we could do it remotely. And we're going to hear a lot more from that young lady. And I hope we really, really do. So I will be doing a lot of pieces on Dr. Grace, because a lot of people, it's just like when I ran the first time against LaDonna. When you come out of the box, nobody knows who you are. Nobody knows who you are. So they don't, they're not comfortable, or they don't want to do their homework. But then when they find out who you are and they say, damn, I should have voted for this guy because this person's full of shit, this is where you're getting what you're getting. And a lot of people, when I ran the first time, I didn't know this guy, who, what's going on, WLC wars are going on, and, it's just mass chaos. But the second time, people were like, yeah, that guy's gangbusters, gangbusters, gangbusters. But when you have a bunch of people running in an local election, it waters down the vote. So anyway, a little bit about LaDonna. And the one thing that I always ask when I see a candidate is, what is your platform? What do you stand for? What is it that you are going to do? What is your main mission? And this is what she says. I'm on her Jempson from Moreno Valley City Council, District 1. And she says, why vote for LaDonna Jempson? This is what she's telling you why you should vote for her. Okay, I'm trying not to laugh here. I have lived and actively served in this community for the past 35 years in several volunteer capacities with different nonprofit organizations. As a former city council member and a retired human resource manager for 22 plus years, I am able to provide the professionalism and knowledge necessary to perform the duties of this position. I believe we need, I believe we need to reverse the corporate stronghold on our local government and improve the image and reputation of our city. With your support, I will work hard at providing social justice, provide a sense of community where people can spend time together. What the fuck does that mean? Economic justice, rebuild the local economy while pushing for diversification. How do you do that as a council member? District 1, how do you do that? We have a city manager and a city staff that does that. So how do you do that? Environmental justice, provide opportunities for residents to live healthy lives, breathe clean air, and drive safe roads. She's running for District 1. Nothing in there specifically addresses District 1. It sounds like she's running for mayor. But do you guys see what I mean when you call them to the carpet and you say, what is it, your platform? What is it that you're going to do? When I ran, I'll give you a good example. When I ran for office, I said, I'm against warehouses, expansion, better roads. I got that done without being a council member. Working on the base being reopened, that was in our district, whatever. What else did I run on? It was some good stuff, but anyway, it was specific to District 1. I didn't care about the other districts. And if you're running for District 1, you shouldn't care about other districts. Adrian Mitchell Park, I've been fighting for a bathroom for years. But that's specific things in the district, specific. She didn't say anything specific there in the district. She's talking in general terms. So let me go on. Ask yourself this. Over the last 4 years, has the quality of life improved in the city of Moreno Valley? Of course not. Has the public need been met? Of course not. Have your elected officials listened to what you had to say? Of course not. What are you going to do any different? Because you haven't addressed one thing in District 1 that's going to be different. Warehouses are still being built in the district. Why didn't she address that? Because she's not. When and if she gets on the dais, she's not going to do that. These are the kind of things that I want to point out, and I hope when LaDonna's team and LaDonna watches this video, because even though they say they don't, they do, but they don't, but they do, they get on board and get a platform so people understand, why would I vote for you in District 1? I don't want to hear about the rest of the city. I don't give a shit about the east side of the city. What are you going to do in the area of Edgemont? What are you going to do north of the district? What are you going to do about that warehouse on Hemlock and the expansion? What are you going to do about all the trucks in our district? What are you going to do about the water problem in the real Edgemont area? Those are specific things that need to be addressed. She didn't say any of that specifically to District 1. And this is what I try to point out to you guys. And I'm branded the troublemaker, okay? And she says, if your answer to any of these questions is no, it is time for a change. Vote Dolores LaDonna Jempson on Election Day, November 3rd, 2020. I'm sorry, I didn't hear one thing specific to District 1. And these are some of the things that I'm going to bring out, and I truly do hope that her team gets together and they address specific issues in the area of District 1. This is what I'm saying. She's basically running on popularity. Now, another question we got to ask LaDonna Jempson, is she being backed by Radine Ayers and the Democratic Party of Moreno Valley? That party has a problem within itself. That's why I'm telling you people, do your homework on these people. You know, and I don't know if she is or not, so don't take this as gospel, but if she is being backed by the Democratic Party and look at who her donors are, that's going to tell you a lot about who she is. Right now, as it stands, she has told me nothing about why I should support her. But I'm not going to tell you guys who to vote for. It's up to you guys to vote. I'm one person. I have one vote. But I am going to definitely stay on top of this. And again, if LaDonna and her team is watching, you need to address specific issues in the area of District 1. This bullshit here is nothing but bullshit. You didn't say a word. You're not the mayor. You're just going to be a councilman. What's his name? Dave Marquez. Been marginalized. He's just a sitting councilman. He can't do jack shit. Nothing. No power whatsoever. Since you're going to run, are you going to run to expand the districts? That's something that would attract voters. Are you going to get rid of the corruption? She didn't say anything about the corruption that's going on. She didn't say anything about it. But I want you guys to look at her voting record and her time in the 2 years that she was a council member. And then you guys tell me what you think. You guys do your homework, get back to me, and we'll let it out there. And if you don't do your homework, I'll put it out there for you so that you will know for yourself. So again, I wish all the candidates a lot of luck. My personal opinion is she had her time. She did her 2 years. Something bad came out that brought Victoria Baca back. And we're back in a very, very bad situation. She put us, because of her hubris, she put us back in a bad situation when it could have been somebody else. And I know a lot of her people are going to say, oh, Donovan's just mad because she wouldn't get off the seat because, you know, so he could take it. No, that's not it. Because in the last election, I came in behind Chris Baca. So Chris Baca would have taken that seat if LaDonna had done the right thing and moved on. So, and right now, as it stands, Chris Baca gets it. He understands what isn't going to happen dealing with Highland Fairview. And they've marginalized him. So I'm hoping, you know, somebody else will rise up. Am I going to run for office? No, I'm not going to run for office. I think I do a lot with what I'm doing right now. And I want to live my life. I did what I could. I rang the alarm bells. I've done what I can. If, you know, LaDonna came to me and said, hey, Donovan, if you could get behind me, I will damn sure make sure Adrian Mitchell gets a permanent bathroom. And, you know, and that's the funny thing about this whole thing. with these guys. So I'm kicking my thing. With these guys. You want Donovan out of politics? You want me to shut the hell up? Give me what I want. And it's not just to benefit me. It's to benefit everybody in the Edgemont area at Adrian Mitchell Park. All I'm asking for is a bathroom. I've got other things I can do. But no, you guys prolong all of this and make me come out of my shell and just dog you out. Just dog you out. And I'm going to continue to dog you out until I get what I want. Now, LaDonna and I, I have nothing but the utmost respect for LaDonna, her family, everything like that. The things that I'm doing here, it's not personal. It's just business. She needs to come out with a platform that says, this is what I'm going to do. I don't care if she adopts my idea right now. I am going to get a bathroom from Adrian Mitchell Park. Right there will give you 100 votes. Just doing that. Right there, 100 votes. Is your team listening? Are you guys watching this video? That's 100 votes right there. That is a highly used park. And LaDonna, when we put the plaque and we rededicated the plaque, that park needs a bathroom. There is a very bad problem over there when people are taking a crap by that retainer wall. Why isn't that on your platform? Is it because you really don't care and nobody really cares about Edgemont? That's what I think it is. That's what I think it is. So why should we vote for you? What's going to be any different? Victoria Baca doesn't give a damn. We know that. So why should we change horses? At least Victoria Baca isn't seen in the Edgemont area, thank God. So I really hope her team, revamps and really put a platform out so people can understand what you actually stand for. Because this bullshit is bullshit, okay? Total bullshit. I'm Donovan Sadiq, the Inland Empire Informer. You've just been informed on LaDonna Jempson, and I'm not finished with her yet. Have a good night.